Sims just giving it off to him. Taua to the right side this time. And he breaks, jammed up in the middle and breaks away. And he could be gone. And is touchdown, Toa Taua.
So I'm here with the Lompoc coach Andrew Jones. I'm coming off another successful season. Start the season week 0 against AG at home. What's kind of the mindset of the team right now coming into that week 0 game and kind of just getting started with practice?
Really since January, we've just been focusing on trying to improve each and every day. It's, always a great test to play Arroyo Grande week 0. It's a great measuring stick for us to kind of see where we're at, what we got to improve on, and it really kind of gears us up for the rest of the season, the rest of our preseason schedule, and then obviously league.
Okay. What's the preseason stuff been like so far? You got to replace Torrey Sims at quarterback. Chris Green was a great two-way player for you guys. You lost a lot of strong players from last year. What's the preseason stuff been like, and what do you expect out of a lot of new pieces you guys got coming on this year?
We got 2 guys that are competing right now, Cameron Davis and Xavier Nix. Those are 2 guys that are capable of running the offense. I mean, Torrey's irreplaceable. I mean, it's hard to replace the production he had. We kind of tailored the offense around him, did some things that we didn't do the years before Torrey came, but with his athleticism, we tweaked some things. So Cameron and Xavier can do that. I think, if we got to play 2, we can, but Xavier also plays linebacker, so we'll just kind of play that one as it goes. Whoever's producing will get the bulk of the snaps, and then obviously with Chris and guys like Richard, we got guys that I feel can step up. Between Toa and Ruben and Dallas carrying the rock, I think we'll be all right there. And then on the flip side, you got Shamar Savage and Johnny Manzo, 2 receivers that are, capable. They're deep threats, good route runners. So, I think that'll balance it out for us.
What about on the defensive side of things? You mentioned, I know you got Toa Taua, one of the best players, in the state, obviously anchoring that defense. I know you lose Mark Morales, a top secondary player. How do you feel about the secondary and the defense as a whole this year?
Well, we're going to be young. A lot of juniors will be playing defense. We've played young before in the past and had a lot of success doing so. We want to be able to play 22 guys, 11 on offense, 11 on defense. But with our numbers, it's probably not going to happen. Isaac Black will lead the defensive line, but he's going to have to play some offense too. Obviously Toa, guys like Ruben and Dallas. Jimmy Gardner's looking really good right now, playing defense. And we got a couple newcomers that look like they can produce, but we're just starting to get the pads on right now and trying to figure out kind of who's a sheep and who's a wolf, and we'll figure it out from there, But defensively, going back and self-evaluating us last year, we were almost pathetic on third down defense. I mean, it was almost like, first down, 1 yard, second down, -1 yard, third down and 9. It's like, give them a first down, might as well hand it to them. And those were the things that we've been focusing on right now in practice during camp. And when it's third down, we've got to raise our intensity defensively. And, really, and looking at our last game last year, I mean, when you score over 30 points, you got to expect to win. And we just couldn't get T.O. off the field. And that's what we're trying to improve on right now, is we got to be better on defense if we're going to make a run.
Okay. And you talk about the playoffs a little bit. The season ended against Thousand Oaks. How do you feel about the way the divisions look this year? Are you thinking about that at all? It seems like maybe they're trying to find a little more balance there. Do you think they achieved that? How do you feel about how the divisions kind of stack up with you guys?
It's really hard to say right now because, our focus right now is on our next opponent. AG's always tough. But, when you look at it, I don't know how relevant a league championship will be now.
Okay.
Will a league championship be special anymore when, you could actually be the fourth place team in a league and possibly be like a number 2 seed if you're in a higher division, so to say. So, I mean, I don't know how it's going to shake out because if you look at it, they're going off competitive equity, and then we're now the smallest public school in this division, and I just don't know how that's going to shake out. I think we can be successful, but we need to be really, really lucky. We have to stay healthy. If we don't stay healthy, like a couple years ago, we had like 7 all-leaguers out. I mean, we got to stay healthy to make a run because, our 2s and 3s aren't going to be half as good as, guys like Etowanda and Corona Del Mar and those guys down there. So it'll be a tough task. We're up for it. It's kind of one of those things. It is what it is. And, it seems like every year I've been the head coach, we're in the division we're supposed to be, and then boom, they bump us in with Chaminade and Sarah. And then, then all of a sudden we're in a division that I thought was really a really good division with the pack in there and the Camino League, and it was a competitive division. And then now they went to this, so we'll see how it ends up. I think maybe it'll play itself out maybe in a couple years, but we feel we have a pretty good team, but we'll see how we stack up in the division.
Okay. One last thing, just focusing on one player. You talked about Toa Taua a little bit. Just talk about his development. He's going to be a junior now. You've had him since he came here as a freshman. Just talk about his development and what he means to this team, and what do you expect out of him this year?
Well, I mean, we expect him to be productive on both sides of the ball. We're going to ask him to carry the ball a little bit more than usual. But he's got to be the heart and soul of our team. I tell him that every day. If he's up and enthusiastic for practice, the whole team is. If he's having a bad day and his head is down, then the whole team is down. So he's kind of our heartbeat. He's the juice. We got to have him always going. We expect big things out of him. It's the bottom line. I mean, he's one of the better players in the area, and he's got to go out and prove it every day.
Okay. Friday, August 26th, you guys play Oro Grande. Good luck in that game. And you may notice that Lompoc is looking a little different this year with the Adidas gear. You guys will definitely be one of the better looking teams on the Central Coast this year. The uniforms look great. So congrats on your success and good luck this year.
Definitely want to thank Adidas. They took care of us, and we've got a unique, exclusive deal. And the travel print on the side is something that they developed for us, which is pretty cool with our being the Braves and stuff. So the kids will be looking good. Hopefully they can produce.
Definitely. All right. Thanks, Andrew.
All right. Thank you.